had the thing here, but I don't want that to be there. Oh, I'm using this camera. I can move it over. Yeah. I was like, wait, why are we clapping? Okay, we could clap. I was gonna say maybe the life will sync up a little bit.
It's a tradition to me now. Don't hate on me. Hey, you guys, it's waifu botched.
Waifu botched, bitch.
Bitch, as Mana heavily voted out. We are back with another podcast. This time we are talking about food, animes. Yes, food speaks to my soul. It is the very air I breathe. I love food, and honestly, there's nothing better. I mean, if I could marry food, I think I would.
You probably can. Some lady married the Eiffel Tower.
I mean, that's what I was just about to say. Someone married the Eiffel Tower.
Really?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Oh, fuck. It was like in 2000 and fucking... I can't. You can look it up, but it happened. A lady married the Eiffel Tower.
God.
It's a thing.
I'll look it up to confirm.
If you were to marry like an inanimate object, I guess the Eiffel Tower is a pretty good one.
Yeah, but isn't that cheating on you like every single day? Like there's some people gawking at it. Like, how can you handle that? Like,
no, she just has a lot of admirers.
That's a thing. Yep, 2008.
2008. Thank you. I was gonna say 2010. Was it?
Off by 2 years, but close enough.
Close enough.
Well, we cannot talk about food animes without giving homage to the OG, which I feel like is the best illustrator production company when it comes to making food look appealing, and that's Studio Ghibli.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
All right.
That greasy bacon in Howl's Moving Castle. Oh my God. Yes.
Yep.
Howl's Moving Castle spirited away the buffet where her parents.
Yes. They turned to pigs.
Yes, Kiki's delivery service. Her chocolate cake is delicious.
I haven't seen that one yet.
You guys, we're going to have to reference Food Wars. It is.
Yeah, I figured.
But, I mean, if we're talking about visuals, too, I have to give it to Food Wars. Like, they have this.
I think that's true. A little too many visuals, if you ask me, but...
But my first question is, what do you think makes animation food so more appealing than regular food?
The glisten.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is shiny as all get out and looks beautiful.
Oh, I like the steam from it when they blow on it. That like they always blow the steam. It is like piping hot, and the reactions they do that. Where they just sucker almost. I think that also like the reaction from the yes, get it, Annie. Yes. So I would have to then ask question number 2, which is if you could eat any anime food, real or just any real food that you just haven't tried, what would it be? So it could be food you've seen in movies, food that you've just seen around that you're just like, I have to try that. And anime foods, like what's on the top of your list to try?
The pork cutlet bowl from Yuri on Ice.
Oh, pork katsudon.
Yes,
I've been waiting until it gets cold to bust it out, but I have a
bust it out. Danielle.
Yeah, no,
I'm referring to like you have like the foods. This is, you get your heads out the gutter. I was referring, that reaction was for like, wait, you have like the thing that can make all that?
No, I have a hat that says, it's a beanie.
I thought you said
it says, I'm a tasty pork cutlet bowl.
I have matching rings from Hot Topic. I bought them, the ring set. My other anime friend has it. And one says like I'm a pork cutlet, and then the other one's like something else, but it was great, and I hope she still has that. Hi, how are you doing, Kalila? Hope you're doing good. If she ever sees that.
Oh, I'm a pork cutlet. I feel that.
Yep.
I feel that some days.
How come? Are there any like grilling places in our city? That like?
Oh, I so wish.
I wish.
I miss yakiniku every single day of my life. That was like,
that's one that I haven't tried that's on my to eat list.
It is delicious. It was so funny because I got it when I was in Sendai, and it was this like in a basement like hidden, like, you know, just little like squirreled away down an alley, down a flight of stairs. And you go in and it's just like full of people who like clearly just got off work, you know, and it's like, oh, let's meet here. And you just sit and grill meat and vegetables and talk, and then you eat and talk, and then you eat. And it is, I ate so much food, but it was all so good. I miss it so much. Because they just bring you like plate after plate of like, oh, here's some beef. And then like, oh, here's some chicken. Here's like a whole bunch of like carrots and mushrooms. And like, here's some more beef. And I'm just like, I will keep eating forever if you keep bringing me food. Like,
yeah. What about you, Shelby?
I don't know.
There's something you want to try. You're a movie buff, Shelby. There's something.
I don't really focus on food and like movies, I guess, that much.
Yeah, I always am like, if it's something that looks really good, it's like, what's that? Where'd they get that? Like,
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know what.
I would want to try anything from Black Butler because the desserts in there look like next level good. And I'm like, can Sebastian just like bake me cakes every day? Like,
can Sebastian just be my fucking butler already?
Right though? Like, wouldn't be the worst thing.
I would be losing my soul for it, but I mean,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
We don't even have that full evidence if those exist. So
I would have to say, if it didn't turn me into a pig, I would definitely want the buffet from Spirited Away.
Ooh.
I don't want to be a pig. So take it out of there, but in real life, I want to try omuraisu. It went viral. It's a guy who makes it with a demi glaze, and he flips it, and it's still like a raw, just deliciousness in the center, and it plops on the plate, and he just pours over this demi glaze instead of like ketchup. I want to try it. I want to try it so bad.
Half the fun of omuraisu is drawing pictures
with ketchup. Yep.
There's a TikTok I'll send to you guys, and it's of a girl. She's pretending to be at a cosplay cafe, and she like pretends to be a customer, and it's just this whole scene about her drawing like on the omelet rice, like "give me your heart" type shit. And it's so funny. It's so fucking funny.
Oh, this is gonna make me so hungry / like reverse homesickness for Japan, like. Because all of like the best stuff I've ever eaten has been in Japan. Yeah. And I want to travel so bad and I just can't. And it's not great.
We love 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Did everybody say their fantasy food that they want to try their animations?
I would just like to state that from Spirited Away, that one, the food does turn you into pigs, but there's that one specific food that they grab with the chopsticks and it looks like a giant floppy onion, and it looked weird, but I was like, what the fuck is that? I want to bite it. It looks all juicy and floppy and squishy, and I'm like,
that like sack of like food that's like beige or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like
an onion. Yeah, I don't even know.
It looks like an onion, man.
Dumpling.
Some kind of dumpling. Yeah.
Oh, soup dumplings.
No, we can hear you, Jack.
A soup pork dumpling. I looked it up.
You looked it up? Nerd.
I'm a foodie to the day I die. I said at my funeral, I don't want a traditional funeral. I want everyone to just feast. I want a big medieval feast the day I die. I want people to eat figs and honey wine and a big ass pig. Like, that's the way I want it. The aroma of food. That's how. But so as we go into food animes, we start to see a great transition between part-time and shonen animes, because they still have that sense of competitiveness. They still have that, ooh, I want to be the best, my recipe the best. But they also have a sense of where food is transitioning to a stress reliever. That's where you kind of see a difference, where the food is a sense of community, togetherness, and usually the main character makes a big impact on people through their food. So that's usually where we see the different slides. But food anime also ranges from very, very cutesy, like cafe, hey, we're here, let's make really cute girly stuff, to the competitive side, which Food Wars. I'm sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
It's such a disturbing show, quite frankly.
It is.
And there's also that mid-range, once again, when it's all about restaurants and family and just being together. And there's also a type of food anime where their cooking takes them on adventures. So
what?
Yeah. Isn't there like that, like Restaurant to Another World? Isn't that one where it's like they cook and then it transports them places or something?
That's where like food animes are kind of different, and that's where you can kind of zone in as their own genre, because it's like, oh, you're cooking, but you're cooking for a house of half demons, you know, or you're cooking and you're really in the wilderness or something. Like there's always where the cooking is just a segue to something supernatural or something to kind of like, once again, give that show then, yes, they give the special effects, the fantasy through cooking as well. You see that a lot in Food Wars, where it's like they exploded or like the clothes blew. We know they still have clothes on, you know. No. But to capture the essence of the food anime, what is one dish that really warms your heart? Because Food Wars. I should watch that. I've been saying.
Are you asking us any dish at all?
Just any dish that warms your heart. Food animes are all about just that warm feeling you get, that comfort, that just, you can't live without it taste from home. So it's almost the holiday seasons anyway. So what food warms your guys' heart and makes you feel like that?
Oh, that's a good question. Soup?
Soup? That's the best you could come up with?
Okay, sorry. Let me think harder.
Yeah, wow, there's so many.
Warmed your heart. Other than
it's like warm, so I guess.
Yeah, right. I'm like thinking,
but not like the literal warm.
Like what food makes you nostalgic?
Like just happy
stuff. Ooh,
comfort foods.
Okay,
comfort food.
No one knows what this is, but my family, even just really my dad, he used to make this stuff called stuff. And really, it's just like there's nothing in the house, so you just throw everything you can together in one pot and you season it really well. He always made it taste so good. I'm not sure how he did it, but I do love making stuff. It's one of my favorite things to make.
That's so cute, though.
It's great, but yeah, that's mine. No, that's not a real food.
Well, but it is like
for
you, like that's like that's like a thing.
Also, being a lefty fucking sucks.
Trying to get angles.
Yeah, I can't do one eye because it's shadow.
My nostalgia kind of happy comfort food is something from my childhood, which is mashed potatoes and canned peas.
That's very British.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like the most bland thing you've ever had in your life, but it's so great. And it just God. I had it like once a week, every day, or like every week for like a good chunk of my life. So like now that I'm living away from home, I don't get that as much.
Right.
Like homemade mashed potatoes and canned peas. Like I don't go out and buy canned food anymore. So it's like I never really get to eat it. But like sometimes I feel like, oh man, I really want some mashed potatoes and canned peas.
I love peas, man. They're so good. Those stuff.
Underrated vegetable.
I love peas.
That's mine.
I will say every holiday my granny would make really, really good mac and cheese, and it's like signature. Like no one makes it. Like I'm sure some people do, but I've never had any that tasted like that or that was made like that. So that because mac and cheese was like my favorite food growing up. I ate it all the time. So but hers was just always awesome.
I don't trust anyone's mac and cheese, man. Everyone's mac and cheese is so different.
No, yeah, that's the thing about mac and cheese is that it's not going to taste the same depending on who made it.
It's not.
It can be very different.
It can be very, very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It can be, yes.
Waifu Watch does make macaroni and cheese competitions.
Everyone makes their own different macaroni. Oh my god!
I'd be down for that, man.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
We should just have competitions where we all make the same food.
Yeah.
I love that idea, honestly. Like something very basic.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like make a chocolate cake, and then it's like
That's not basic. What?
No, I mean like basic as in like there's room for creativity.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Of like something really
room
like
for creativity and chocolate cake.
Hey, if you want your
heck yeah.
doing food competitions, don't forget to sponsor our Patreon so we can go ahead and
Yeah.
guys. Waifu Wars is coming to you. Food edition.
I am all for that. And that's something that we could do remotely too.
We could just start having segments called Waifu Wars and we just have wars about different things.
I am here for that.
We need someone to judge it too. Like,
that's true.
To eat it.
Yeah, that's
true. If we're looking for a judge that just sits around and eats it, I would take up that mantle.
No. You gotta participate.
Yeah, I was gonna say what? No.
I would do it for you guys.
Yeah.
I
for
would.
us.
I got an idea.
I would sit out of the fun and
okay.
Well, I mean, there are 5 of us, so if she wants to sit out, there'd be an even number. We could do teams if we ever wanted to.
No, reading between the lines, that's Annie either can't or doesn't like to cook.
Oh, oops, sorry. Yeah, no, Annie.
No, I just like eating.
Told you. You know what we should do, you guys? We should do it far as the competition. We should just get like an illustration, just a picture of the food and just try to recreate it.
Oh, God.
That'd be hard.
No.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, so it'd be like just
guess the recipe for
we're
it.
just, how the fuck do you make ramen? And we'll have to do that. We should definitely do that.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That'd be fun.
Yes.
Sorry, we just got a new idea.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But now it's recorded, and so now if we're like, what was that idea we had?
I'll go back to the episode.
We have it, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to think. Food that makes me happy. That's not just food, because food in general makes me happy.
Yes.
Basically anything my mom makes at Thanksgiving. My mom makes the best like dressing and
Danny, nope, because dressing's my favorite. I bet she don't.
It's my grandma. It's her grandma's recipe, so it's my great grandma's recipe, and I'm really like picky about my dressing, and so it is. It is delicious, and so that makes me happy. And my grandma's chocolate cake is unlike anything I've ever had, and it is
Danielle, you're making me want fucking cakes. Stop.
Okay, this is food related, slightly tangential. Everyone who hates cake, no, you have just had bad cake, because cake is like the ultimate dessert, but it's really easy to mess up. And I hate how many people
not liking cake.
I know so many people who are like, oh, like I hate cake. Cake is I like for dessert. They're like, no, I never get cake. And it's because you've had bad cake, because it was probably dry and they're relying too much on the frosting to make it taste good. And no, the cake should be good. That's why I really like Christina Tosi, who owns Milk Bar, because she doesn't put a bunch of frosting on her cake.
I hate frosting. Over frosting ruins all of it.
Yes, because she's like, that's not the point. You want the cake, not the frosting. And so that was my soapbox, and it just makes me mad how many people hate cake. And
I don't like chocolate flavor. I don't like
I love chocolate.
Either.
It's overwhelming.
Dark chocolate, man.
Small doses.
Chocolate.
I do like dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is good.
Yeah, I have to be in the mood for chocolate for me to be like,
same.
To be like,
Wow, I wish I was like that.
I would have to say my favorite is dressing is delicious. I have to have it every year. Sometimes my mom changes it up and she'll use
dressing like ranch.
No, like so it's like stuffing that's not stuffed inside the turkey.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Yeah, because it doesn't get done. And like the turkey usually doesn't get done if you put stuff inside of it. And so it's not food safe.
I do not like stuffing. It's the worst part of Thanksgiving.
My mom, she takes the goose sometimes and she'll render the fat and she'll make the broth and that's how she'll make her dressing. Or my grandma, don't judge me.
I'm judging you.
Oyster dressing that I absolutely adore. She's the only one I know that can make it. So smoked oyster dressing and regular dressing is my favorite comfort.
Like I'm
chili dog.
So hyped thinking that I get to eat dressing in like a month. Like
I'm working out this winter because I'm not going to watch what I eat and I want all that fat going to the right place. So I'm not dieting. I'm simply working out. So the dressing goes to all right.
I don't think that's how it works, but I support you.
I wish that was how it worked.
I know. Like you could choose where it went.
It's like okay, yeah.
I don't know. I gotta see how my genetics is hardwired before I start making demands. So to give examples on the wide range of food animes, there's one that I really suggest for everyone here. It kind of gives there's a few love stories that goes on in food animes for some reason. I think it's just nostalgia. It's that meeting at the cafe. Boy likes girl, girl likes boys, or sometimes
that's cute.
Girl, boy likes boy. Sometimes you just never know. So, but there's always that fall in love aspect. They're sharing a Sunday kind of a thing that goes on. But there is one anime that I watched on accident and I never knew the name of it. And I actually found it trying to research anime to watch. And it's called Kakario no Yadumishi. And it's about a girl whose father was a cook and her father just disappeared all of a sudden. And she was walking home and this guy just came to pick her up and he was like, yeah, you're my wife. Let's go. You're here to cook for me. And her whole life, her father had been teaching her how to cook, but badly. Like all the food that she's ever made was sweet and bland. Like he's always taught her to oversweeten her food and to like make it taste like nothing. So when the guy comes to get her, he is like a supernatural entity and he takes her basically back to like the spirit realm where she works in this kitchen and that bland cooking comes in handy because apparently that's how spirits like to eat. So she's cooking this food and all the spirits are just like getting to know her. She's trying to figure her way out of this. Like my dad sold me, so she feels like kind of betrayed in a way. He had gambling debt, so it's like what's going on? And then she's like not trying to fall in love with the guy, but you know, based on principle.
Right.
But also
principles.
But it's some heavy shit that goes down in the midst of it. But I suggest that it's a little bit of supernatural, a little bit of cooking, where the cooking is bless you, Shelby.
Thank you.
Excuse you.
The cooking isn't
Sorry,
very.
Mana, I didn't mean to offend you.
I'm just kidding. It's the makeup.
Oh, but yes, the cooking isn't really good. If she didn't learn how to cook that way, we would not have a plot or a story. So I think that's kind of like where we're getting the flow of food animes, like how it can become something more than obsessed about just the illustration of it. Toriko is literally a gourmet hunter. He is a guy that literally hunts gourmet food.
Same.
Like
relatable,
funny, it's like actiony without it actually needing a whole bunch of action in it. So I'm gonna say it again. Toriko, gourmet hunter. Literally, the description read, "A hunter that hunts rare, delicious treats," and it just shows him eating. And I'm just like,
I'm here for it.
Isn't that one guy who has the flames and he cooks a lot?
Guy Fury.
Guy Fury.
It's like JoJo. Like
I'm just saying.
Oh, he does kind of look like JoJo.
I told you, he kind of looks like when they flash and the hair changes color on one.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but That has a little older animation to it. I suggest that if it was just like something funny, because I can see like
it looks really cute.
Yes. Hey, Danny, get
I want to watch it now.
there. I suggest Food Wars. If you just cut to the wars, don't watch the actual plot because it's gonna make you question your morality.
Or just watch them make food. Don't watch them taste it.
Or just Google screenshots of the food.
Yes. Which honestly, I was gonna go ahead and send just in case. But yes, Food Wars and the rest of the ones that I can't pronounce. Go watch.
I was like because I went into Food Wars not knowing really like what it was about. And I was like, oh, it's a guy and he wants to be like the best chef and get into the school. I'm like, it's shonen and it's food. Like, that's right up my alley. And then I turned it on and they're like making the food. And I'm like, oh, this is really cool. Cause I think he makes like a meatloaf in the first episode. And I was like, cool. And then they ate it and all of their clothes exploded off. And I was like, not cool. I'm out. Nope, not anymore. And I'm just like, is this like a thing that happens all the time? And then I watched like the end credits and like nobody has any clothes on. And I'm like, oh, okay. This is a thing.
Why?
Because it's supposed to be that like the food's so good that it's like, yeah.
Like, and they're perverts.
It's a sex thing. Yeah.
Sex sells, I guess.
And I'm just like, oh, I feel gross watching this now. Like
you're like, what did I do?
Yep.
Whereas it's that legacy of, oh, we have a family restaurant. We're not going to let the restaurant down. We must keep it open. Or it's like, even if food is not the circle point, you see food always in anime. Like Naruto has this ramen shop.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's like their sense of community. You also have like Black Butler when he makes his curry. Like there are some iconic food items that you're just like, no, like the show almost makes it iconic, or the food makes the show iconic in a way. Mm-hmm. There's no way you don't know about Ititachi ramen without watching Naruto. Like there's like, you gotta have them. So once again, I want to ask you guys, what food do you think most crossed over and became normal in Western culture through anime?
Wait. Say that again. Rephrase that. The way you said that confused me.
Do you think from anime crossed over into just Western traditions and just eateries? What do you think transitioned over? Like what inspired? Because I can say ramen's kind of a big thing now, but that's kind of...
Oh yeah, such a big thing.
Uh-huh.
I rightfully so, it's delicious.
This is true. It's very good.
I have a ramen place like down the street from my house, and it is dangerous living that close.
Oh no.
It's so good. Especially now it's cold out.
Oh, Danielle.
Boxes became kind of bigger. I don't know if anime kind of helped with it, but I know that's how I was introduced to bento boxes.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Because everything looks so cute in it.
It does. It's all perfectly placed. I would make a bento box for somebody.
I actually have a cookbook that is like how to make different little like bento boxes and stuff. And it's really, really cute.
That sounds cute.
Who makes the best bento boxes?
I have a bento box.
And someone has to open them up and not know who's been.
Oh, and guess like who made it?
Yes,
really cute.
That'd be very cute.
Comment if you want us to make customized bento boxes.
I hate makeup.
I think.
Oh yeah, that's really big in anime for like sharing between couples, like lots of parfaits and
cakes are really big too, like big cakes, like with the fruit inside.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
Well, that's what's so funny is like so much of like. Well, okay, so something I learned from my friends who live in Japan, Japanese houses don't have ovens.
What the what?
Yeah.
They only have like a burner.
And they just use them for storage.
Yeah,
That's
and
wild.
so it's like really uncommon to have an oven. So like you can't just like bake at home. which would devastate me. But I think that's why like sweets are such a big deal, because it's not something that you can just like make yourself. It's like you have to
go out and get it.
Right. And so, and like a lot of their baking, at least like for that kind of stuff, is very like European influence and like very like French patisserie, which is really interesing.
Oh, we did say one amoraisu. That's kind of
I love amoraisu. And like onigiri too.
Onigiri
just because like
that's transition.
Everybody's had a rice ball. Like
oh yeah, whether you know it or not.
So we definitely all should have had some because I ate mine. I ate 2. Those are delicious.
That was really good.
Those things.
I couldn't eat the seaweed wrapping around it, but I was like, this is still
good. I love seaweed. It's really good for you too. That's why I'm convinced that like the Japanese diet is why they live to be like 110.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so fresh and like but it is moving more toward like Western style diets, which sucks. Cause like when my grandma used to go over there to visit, she obviously wanted like really like traditional, like, you know, let's go to, because there's a place right by where my family lives that's like really traditional, and like you put your shoes in a little locker and then you go and you like walk down into this like sunken floor thing, and it's like you're in your own little room, and it's so good. And
that sounds really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's very just like fun and intimate. And so like when like our whole family got to go, it was really fun. But they all wanted like Western food because that's what they really liked. And she's like, no, it's
absolutely not.
Like, but it was really funny because my aunt, who passed away a while ago, she was like super traditionalist on food. And so that's who my grandma would always stay with. But then my grandma brought something from the United States for her to try. I think it was like some brand of cereal that we had here. And she tried it and she's like, this is disgusting. It doesn't taste like anything. Like, how can you eat this?
It tastes like artificial flavor.
Yeah. Like Blue 26. That's what it is.
Exactly. That's the point.
I do like it that it's more about sharing, like you don't see anyone, just from, because I'm a foodie, so I like going to different regions. You don't see a lot of protein. Like no one's going to eat a big, like 10 ounce, 20 ounce steak.
Well, it's also because they don't have like the farmland over there. They just don't have the room for.
That's true.
To have like, which is also why like dairy is such a big deal over there. Because it's
dairy's a big deal over there?
Yeah, because there's not a lot of like, really like the only farming's in like Hokkaido, which is way up north. And so it's like special for
That's
like
cute.
Because like you don't see like, I don't know, at least like when I went to like the grocery stores, you just don't see a lot of like cheese or milk and stuff like that. And so it is super funny though, because I did have the best yogurt in my life over there at the hotel I was staying at. And they had a little sign up next to it that was like, this yogurt was like proudly sourced from Hokkaido. And they had a picture of the little cows on it.
Oh, that's cute.
It was so cute. And it was delicious.
I do want to try the rice with the raw egg, but I know for a fact I have to go to Japan to try that because salmonella over here is no.
Oh yeah, no, I don't trust the eggs here.
Absolutely not. Me neither.
And regulations to where you can actually eat a raw egg and not puke or.
Well, it like half cooks it because it's like the steam from the rice kind of like. Yeah.
I hear you can eat eggs raw if you have your own chickens.
Yes.
Eggs come out when they come out of a chicken. They have like apparently this like layer already over it, but for preservation reasons, we like destroy that layer and put a stronger chemical like one, which I probably is definitely.
This turned into something totally different.
Sorry. I just want to ask: did anybody else get forced in high school to see that traumatic video about the food companies? And they were showing like, the secret behind. I can't remember what it was called. Something about Big Eats or something. But our high school class made us watch it.
Super Size Me. Yep.
Yes.
I had to watch that in middle school.
Oh,
me too.
Yeah.
I watched
that is strange that all of us
universal thing
went to like, in the American school system, but across different schools and districts all at some point had to watch Super Size Me.
Yeah.
Why?
Man in his arteries.
He really didn't gain that much weight though. Like I
No.
was shocked at how little weight.
No, but he had a lot of heart problems.
Yeah,
And
for
cholesterol
sure.
problems.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Oh, are there any food anime recommendations you guys want to give to anyone, or is there any food in animes or just in real life that you're just like, you should try this or you should try that? Shelby, yes.
Oh no, I just thought of something from Code Geass food related. How they had that big pizza.
Cheese Coon.
Yeah,
Oh, that giant ass fucking
giant pizza.
Yeah, because Pizza Hut got a brand deal with the show, and so it's censored over here because of like copyright stuff. But over there, like Pizza Hut got a giant brand deal. But yeah, Cheese Coon.
Fucking cheese.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Who's adorable and has a family. Apparently, there's Mr. Cheese Coon and Mrs. Cheese Coon and Baby Cheese Coon now.
Yep, C2's a big fan of them.
Yep.
She has every right to be.
My recommendation would be Kitchen Princess. It's adorable, and it's about this girl who goes to a baking school, and she bakes her own grandma's recipes, and she wins everybody's love through her food.
I'm listening.
It's adorable. Kitchen Princess, and in the back of each manga, they put all of the recipes for everything that she cooked in that chapter.
Up.
That's really cute. That is really cute. Oh, I suggest Sugar Fairy.
Sugar Fairy.
Yeah, it's like this girl, I think she's going through cooking school or something, and she like needs help, and so somehow I think she gets this magical little fairy that like helps her with cooking. And I think it's mostly dessert based off the name probably, but Sugar Fairy is really cute.
Oh, I love it.
Fucked up my stars.
I have so many new shows to watch now.
Black Butler, pastry.
Yeah, Black Butler. And I need someone to make a fan cookbook of the Black Butler recipes.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah.
I have searched the internet for Tumblr blogs or anything that had like the recipes from the show because they all look so good.
I wonder if you could find the recipes more in a French cookbook.
Yeah, it's like you'd have to search for like the specific thing, not under the guise of like Black Butler.
Danny, and I got the rest of you if you sponsor our Patreon.
Yeah.
I love you so much, Jack.
Done. We're here to serve you, okay? Go ahead and sponsor our Patreon to get an anime cookbook in the works.
Jack will do it. Jack will do it.
Yeah, like guys, we have like a bajillion ideas. So if you give us enough money, we'll make it happen. Like I don't mean that as in like you donate, but I just mean like if we get enough patrons, like we will make a lot of cool things happen because you've watched our podcast, you know how many ideas we all have about things. Like we just need the money to do it.
I like to cook and I like when people eat my cookie. So it's fine. It's like, I can't say that. That would sound totally weird. I'm not going to finish that thought. It was something.
Were you going to say like they have a piece of my heart inside them?
Like they're
say that? So I think I saw that on the tip of your tongue.
I can't say that. That's also on our Scrabble board. I can't say that.
Yeah, put that on our bingo board. Jack says,
I can't say that.
I can't say that.
But this pretty much wraps it up, you guys.
Oh wait, I need to say my things of what to tell people. No, you're fine. You're fine. I'd say just go watch anything Studio Ghibli because all the food looks amazing. Yeah. And it'll make you want to eat all of it. Even like Totoro. I'm like, this is just rice and vegetables and it looks so good. Like and also go play Cooking Mama. Those games are underrated and so fun.
I want to fucking know.
I just to play Cooking Mama. Like,
can you make meals?
All I want to do.
Can you make meals from just watching Cooking Mama? I've always wondered.
Well, I think if you find the right, like,
if you sponsor our Patreon,
we'll make it happen.
Yeah, I think like you could Google the recipes of like.
Yeah, but like no, I'm saying like straight up watch the steps on Cooking Mama and just do it.
She kind of like
No.
summarizes some things where it's like, you know, I don't think if you stir something like 5 times, it's fully mixed. Like,
yeah,
this is how you shake the egg. It goes,
yeah, when you do it back, and I always messed up on that one so bad.
That one. Or I would crack the egg too
hard, and then it's just like
do that in real life.
Yeah. My favorite is when you had to prepare the fish. I don't know why, like salting the fish and getting the scales on.
I like throwing the ingredients in and doing like a circle, side, doing that.
See, I'm doing it with my fingers. See, that's how much I
because of the DS, we're all doing like go play those games, because except for the one for Switch, because that wasn't made by the people who did it, and apparently it was like a ripoff and pirated the license. But go play all the other ones because they're really fun, and you will learn things about cooking and just eat good food. I hate it when people eat bad food, and I'm just like, you could be doing so much better. Like, it makes me sad.
Damn it. No. Anyone has anything else they would like to say and end up on our food anime adventure?
Can we just keep talking about food for a minute since we have time?
There's no food in my house right now. And so I just made a desperate attempt at food. And I was like, you know what? We have instant rice. We have refried beans. I'm going to mix the beans and the rice. And we had some like leftover like vegetarian little meat crumbles in the freezer. And I was like, I'm going to put this all together. I'm going to season it. And I was like, I'm going to throw some tortilla chips in that bitch. And it's actually really good. Proud of myself.
I'm gonna put that under t-shirt ideas. Throw some tortilla chips in that bitch.
It's good. They make everything better.
It does. It solves a lot of problems.
Adding that to the t-shirt.
Add it to the list.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I have a question for everybody.
Yes.
What's the best thing you've ever eaten?
Oh my God.
Ooh, my mama watching. My mama watching. No. I would say I'm gonna give mine crab legs. Like crab legs and butter was my moment where I was like, if I could eat one thing on this
for the rest of your life,
for the rest of my life, crab legs with butter. Yes, that's me.
I'm trying to think because I've been very lucky and blessed to have been able to eat lots of good food. I will say the best dessert I've ever eaten, which it was very strange that this is what won. So I was in Japan and I was near Asakusa, and they have a big, like, I don't know what to call it. It's like around the temple, and it's almost kind of like a mall where there's just like stalls all right next to each other, and you can go and like get a little like souvenirs and stuff. They have lots of like food stalls there. And I got this little thing, and it's kind of like, it was just probably like this big, and it was a Japanese pancake stuffed with purple sweet potato, like ube.
Like dorayaki?
Yeah, similar. Not like the pan, it wasn't a pan, not like a, it was like in a mold almost. So it was like completely encased. Like it wasn't like 2 pancakes in a sandwich, and I don't know what they're called, but it's just like a little like cake, but it's kind of like pancakey, and then it's stuffed with ube, and it was unreal how good it was. And I couldn't figure out why it was so good, because I'm like, it's like 2 things, but it was just awesome. And I got pineapple on a stick there, and it was the best pineapple I've ever eaten. And
everything tastes better on a stick.
That's true. But I also think Japan is just like, yeah, we're going to give you the best of everything. Like,
I have a question. What is the weirdest thing that you've eaten and was surprised about how good it was?
Live octopus.
That's wild.
With soy sauce? Dang.
That I feel like I would be afraid it would get stuck in my throat.
That's why you have to bite down on it in order to kill it.
Oh no, that freaks me out.
I can't think of eating a live creature.
Yeah, it was like wriggling around on
like
the
yeah.
And you have to like poke it, and then it like goes around your chopstick and then you have to bite it or else it'll like suction cup to the back of your throat.
That reminds me of that's like worms when you're fishing and you have to put the worm on the hook and it tenses up. It gets really, that's what it reminds me of, like biting into the thing where it gets really tense and freaks out. And I'm like, I can't do it.
But it was like so fresh and so salty and so good.
Okay.
I
don't know if anyone's gonna top that.
Is anyone gonna top that?
No, I don't think it'd be.
I tend to, if I think things are like weird, I tend to not eat them. I don't know if I have a weird food that I've eaten. I
have a friend who eats peanut butter and pickles.
I've heard of that.
Mana, you have no room to talk though.
Yeah, Miss Ranch on a tortilla. Like
there was nothing in the fridge. Ranch is okay. Here. Whatever. I guess the weirdest thing I've eaten is mayonnaise on pizza. Fuck you, man. My roommate was just like, I was just about to call you out on that.
I had it was kind of fancy, but I had frog raw in between macaroons, and they had caviar, and it tasted like cheese. It was the most delicious thing. But to think about saying you had goose liver in between meringue cookies with big eggs soaked in fruit. It doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
That doesn't sound okay at all.
But it tasted great. It tasted like a great Bellevante cheese. So I would get those again. It was great. I told you I'm a foodie.
This is
only like
super
weird,
go
for it. Yeah.
But I've had rabbit before. Yeah.
Rabbits are so sweet and innocent. What makes you want to eat a rabbit?
I was on a cruise and it was one of the things they were offering. So it wasn't my choice.
Kind of sus, Shelby.
No, Shelby's secretly a bow hunter in her spare time. Like,
fucking knew it. Something was off. Too nice. Usually the nice people have really dark secrets you just don't know about.
I'm
trying to think. Yeah, I'm not a big adventurous eater either, just because then if I think about it too much, I can make myself sick thinking about it. That's oh, this is weird. I'm just a real big advocate for eating stuff cold out of the fridge because I'm too lazy to warm it up.
I feel that.
Because it's my mom makes corn pudding at
pudding.
Yeah.
Jiggly pudding out of corn?
No, it's you use cornbread usually.
Corn pudding.
And then but it's kind of I don't know how to explain it.
Moist.
It's cornbread, but
it's not as dry as cornbread though.
No, it
has whole corn kernels in it.
Soupy feeling.
Almost like a casserole.
Yes.
Like a corn casserole.
I've heard it called corn casserole too.
Yeah. And so it's a little bit sweet, a little bit salty, but I'll just especially after Thanksgiving and Christmas, I will fully just stuff a spoon into the pan and eat a couple bites of dressing or corn pudding or anything cold. Cause I'm I don't want to heat the whole oven up for this, but I just want a little bit. So I'm just going to eat some cold dressing. Yeah. I'm not an adventurous eater at all.
It depends on my mood.
I'm honestly trying to think of something kind of weird, but Danielle, I had eel when I was in Japan.
This is a great look on you, by the way, Danielle. You look great.
Oh, thank you. I feel I should live in New England and be in a cabin somewhere, but this is just, I'm tired.
It's a good look. You should do that more often.
It's do you guys ever get it where it's you have a whole bunch of stuff to do in one day and then you're okay, I'm just going to sit down and get it all done in the span of a couple hours. And then you when you're done, mentally, you're just completely trashed.
I have a bottle of wine in my freezer for said occasion. Yeah.
And you're just I was just laying on the floor for the while, staring at the wall. Cause I'm just I need to I'm done with all the stuff I need to do, but I just I'm tired. You don't feel like moving. That's been my day today.
Oh. Well,
but anyway,
Well, you guys, that's been Food Anime with us, Waifu Watch. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell for more notifications. Don't forget to go check out Side B at Kogias, and don't forget to check out me and Annie on Tower of God. And don't forget to look at our Patreon. We got a lot of good stuff over there. You heard the ideas we're coming up with.
Yes.
So,
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
Please.
We're so excited.
Pretty please.
Yep.
Join our Patreon so that we can give you food content and take pretty pictures of our food and film
of us wearing
food.
cute things.
And we get to eat food. Like, come on, guys, help us out. Help a sister out.
On that note, we'll see you guys on the next podcast where you're back with me on the do's and don'ts on dating a demon. Until next time, bye.
Bye, guys.